Okay, today is the 4th of May, and Mark is going to read. I've been stuck in April. I can't get out of April. I got to keep moving on. Anyway, Mark's going to read Psalm 78. He's going to read 1 through 37 this morning. And I want to let everyone know that I'm offering today any one of my books free if you send me an email to larrywphillips.com. Go to the contact section and just say, I would like your book. I've got 5 of them. You can request one or all 5 of them. I'll send you all 5 if you want them. They consist of Phillips versus the State of Missouri, The Lies of Free Will, Biblical Christianity, Edification, Poems for Edification, and Biblical Christianity. All right, Mark is going to read this for me, for us, not for me, well, for me as well as everyone else. He's going to read in the 78th Psalm. It's because it's a real long Psalm this morning. He's just going to read the first 37 verses. The first 37 verses.
Maskil of Asaph, give ear, my people, to my law, incline your ears towards my mouth. I open my mouth in a parable, I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and know, and our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from our children, showing the generation to come the praise of the Lord, his strength and his wonderful works that he hath done. He established a testimony in Jacob, appoint a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children. Generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise, declare them to their children. They might set their hope in God, and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments. Might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with God. The children of Ephraim, being armed, carrying bows, turned back in the day of battle. They kept not the covenant of God, and refused to walk in his law, and forgat his works and his wonders that he had showed them. Marvelous things did he in the sight of their fathers, in the land of Egypt, and the field of Zoan. Divided the sea and caused them to pass through, and he made the waters to stand in a heap. In daytime also he led them with a cloud, and all the night with a light of fire. He clave the rocks in the wilderness, and gave them drink as out of the great depths. He brought streams also out of the rock, and caused waters to run down like rivers. And they sinned yet more against him by provoking the Most High in the wilderness. You said just to 17, you said?
37.
Okay. And they tempted God in their hearts by asking meat to their lust. Yea, they spake against God. They said, Can God furnish a table in the wilderness? Behold, he smote the rock, the waters gushed out. Streams overflowed. Can he give bread also? Can he provide flesh for his people? Therefore the Lord heard this, and was wroth, so the fire was kindled against Jacob, and anger also came up against Israel, because they believed not in God, and trusted not in his salvation. Though he commanded the clouds from above, opened the doors of heaven, and had rained down manna upon them to eat, and had given them the corn of heaven, man to eat angels' food. He sent them meat to the full. He caused an east wind to blow in the heaven, and by his power he brought in the south wind. He rained flesh also upon them as dust, and feathered fowls like as the sand of the sea. He let it fall in the midst of their camp, round about their habitations. So they did eat and were well filled. He gave them their own desire. They were not estranged in their lust, while their meat was yet in their mouths. The wrath of God came upon them, and showed the fattest of them, smote down the chosen men of Israel. For all this they sinned still, believed not for his wonder works. Therefore their days did he consume in vanity, their years in trouble. He slew them when they sought him, and they returned and inquired early after God. They remembered that God was their rock, and
Stop at 37, remember. Okay.
God, the Redeemer. Nevertheless, they did flatter him with their mouth, they lied unto him with their tongues. For their heart was not right with him, neither were they steadfast in his covenant. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.